can I ask you just about the, as a squad, I'm sure I had a chance to review the Connacht game from the other night and what you've taken from that and the kind of humour of people around camp ahead of what's going to be a huge game this coming weekend.
Yeah, I'd say credit to Connacht first of all. Look, I thought they started really, really well. You know, they had more intent, I'd say, is the word, than us. You know, easy for me to say. I was kind of watching from the couch, but you know, they did have more intent than us, and it's definitely started much better. I thought they went very hard at the ruck. You know, a number of guys there that you know, got a number of turnovers, so you know, that's an area for us to focus on this week. And I just thought they played with a real chip on their shoulder. Like, there's a number of guys there that, you know, would have been through the Leinster system. You know, probably didn't get what they might have wanted out of it. You know, guys like Tom Daly and Conor Oliver, and you know, you saw how much it meant to them. They really stepped up, in fairness. So for us, it's just making sure that we have that hunger this week. And like, similarly, we're going to come across some guys that will have that chip on the shoulder. You know, coming to the RDS and wanting to make a point. So it's a massive one for us this week, yeah.
And given the fact that only the top two teams, you know, will qualify for the final in a couple of months' time, fingers crossed, this match really against Ulster this coming weekend, they're the only unbeaten team in it. Has the look of almost like a cup final about it, to be fair. I mean, if you lose, you're in trouble points-wise and trying to catch up with them.
Yeah, that's it, and that's why, you know, like, we reviewed the game today. We took the lessons from it, but we had to turn the page pretty quickly because it's such a quick turnaround. And yeah, like you said, it's a cup final, and we're very much treating it like that. And because it's such a short week, I mean, we had one session today. Our next session won't be till Wednesday, so you know, it's very important for us that we get all our bits right early in the week, because the game's going to come around very quick, and this is a massive game for them. You know, probably out of Europe now, and this is a game that they'll target. They're unbeaten in the league. They're only team left that are unbeaten. I thought they've made, you know, huge strides in that game. You know, I think that win against Connacht down the sports ground recently was big for them. So they'll back themselves going away from home and getting a result. So yeah, it's huge for us.
Thank you.
James, Don Swift here. A lot of different captains, James, you know, rotating captains with Leinster over the last few months. Does that affect the performance, or does it place more responsibility on the leaders? Or
there's been a bit of rotation, but it's just been the nature of, I suppose, the season this year. You know, it's guys coming in and out of national camp, coming back, and like, for example, last week, you know, Johnny only found out he was playing on, you know, Thursday, so you know, he wasn't captain because it's just one less thing for him to worry about. So I think it's just the nature of the season, but you know, I think anyone that steps up there is well able to do a good job. I thought Lukey did a great job last weekend. You know, it's testament to the leadership group we have here. It's you know, it's very strong.
Also for you, I mean, it's a bit of a roller coaster of a season. You're going from one competition running into the next competition. How do you use your time off, your downtime?
I probably just got away from rugby for about a week. You know, really tried to just relax and you know, chill out. To be honest, nothing too spectacular. And then the second week I had off, I kind of started to turn the page again and start thinking about, you know, this next kind of block of games. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed my time off, and it's great to be back in now. Like, it almost feels like it's a new season. These next kind of 3 games are kind of such a big block for us, particularly this game coming up on Friday. So yeah, it feels like almost a fresh start.
Thanks, James.
Hi, James. I know for the last few months we've been hearing from you guys about how much of a privilege it is for you to be able to continue your job, which is what you love doing as well. But as the hard news kind of gets more worrying on the other side, what's it like? What's the challenge like of putting it to one side amongst the players? I mean, everyone has different family situations, and it has to creep in at some stage. How much of a challenge has that been, and what's it like dealing with it?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Like, it is difficult, and like, we're well aware of the landscape out there at the moment. It's very tough, and you know, like you said, that's why we feel very privileged that we're able to continue playing. But yeah, it's not easy. But like, I mean, Leo mentioned this morning actually that you know, one thing for us that we always try to build on is that kind of ability to stay present and to, you know, to control what's in our own hands. And you know, I think you made a great point that it's great practice at the moment for us as a group. You know, with everything that's going on. You know, outside of here, there's so many distractions, obviously mostly COVID related, and it's a great opportunity for us to practice that, you know, that ability to control what's in front of our face and to control what we can control. So, you know, that's kind of how we've gone about it.
And at the same time, is it in any way surreal that you're looking at a PRO14 game, Euro games, and then Six Nations, you know, in just about a month's time? And then there's talk about the Lions and the Rainbow Nations Cup before that. Is that a bit surreal to have all that on your agenda? I mean, given, say, it's only 1 month from the Six Nations, are you able to process as normal the fact that you're just, as it stands, 1 month out?
Yeah, well, like, yeah, there's a lot going on, right? But like, I think the fact that this game is so big for us this week, you know, and the next 3 games, particularly obviously this week, first up at Ulster, it's such a big game for us. You know, we're treating it like a cup final, so I think that helps, you know, given this week is so important. It's very easy not to, you know, it's easy not to be looking too far ahead, because, you know, you got to get what's kind of immediately in front of you right. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, but I think we've been pretty good this year at being able to, or this season, at, you know, being able to kind of focus on kind of what's ahead of us in the shorter term.
Cheers, best of luck.
Thanks.
Hi, Jill. You were saying there about Connacht and excellence for players who had chips on their shoulders, maybe about you know, the way that they didn't make it at Leinster or whatever. So Ulster as well have several ex-Leinster players. Does that add an extra bite to the game on Friday?
Yeah, as I'm saying, like, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure it will. You know, there's a number of guys, and you know, and someone like Geordie obviously as well. You know, that was such a great servant for the club here, and you know, now he'll be coming up against us probably on Friday. So yeah, I think it probably does add an extra bite. You know, and you know, all of that, and I think, you know, it's not just that. You know, I think just given how well they've gone, you know, this is a cup final for them as well. So I hope it's going to, you know, it's shaping up to be, you know, a really good game. So hopefully we can give, you know, something for the people at home to get behind.
And how important are the interprovincials ahead of the European Cup? Are they a good building to it?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, like the intensity is a bit different. You know, it's because of those, you know, because of those little battles you have, and there is, and you know, the intensity is a bit different. You know, to you know, often is the case in the league. You know, those interprovincial derbies are always big games, and there's always guys that are going out there to prove a point. So it's brilliant.